Now we head to South Africa, where South Africa's Airways is gripped in financial constraint, leading to the grounding of some of the company's Airbuses. Officials say it is not clear whether the government is prepared to give a bailout to solve the deadlock. Details of that in this report.
The airline has already used $140 million of funding and is waiting for an injection of a similar amount from the government, which is several weeks late.
Our members are feeling very worried, they're very anxious, and I think they have good reason to feel that way. It does seem very clear to us that this business rescue process is in jeopardy. In fact, as NUMSA and SACA, we've gone as far as saying that it's been sabotaged by both Treasury and the Ministry of Public Enterprises.
The Solidarity Union was responsible for preempting the decision by government to put SAA in voluntary liquidation. They aren't excited about the progress made thus far or the government's apparent lack of interest in raising the money needed.
And now we have Minister Mboweni still saying they don't know if they can find the funds. So why go through the ruse? Why, if you don't have the money, why go through business rescue? So we're happy with the sort of signs that we see that finally we're in a radical restructuring process, but we're quite unhappy with the amount of influence that we think government is still exercising.
While the airline's future hangs in the balance, passengers are putting on a brave face.
Yes, it's quite a little bit of discomfort because I don't know whether when I get back I'll be able to get back home safely and in time. But hopefully, crossing fingers that when we get back then we'll be able to fly back to South Africa. I'm hopeful that all these things they should be sorted out and SAA will be back on its feet.
The airline has seen its fair share of turnaround plans over the years, none of which have led to any substantial improvement in profitability or operating efficiency.
But we've never actually had the patient in surgery. We've always been giving Panadus and Disprins for somebody who needs open heart surgery. Now we've got them on the slab. Now it's just to start cutting away the right pieces and making sure that the radical restructuring that is necessary actually takes place.
The unions say they're committed to the business rescue process and the plan that will emerge shortly because they don't have a choice.
Because if business rescue fails, it means that 10,000 workers and their families face job losses. And that is not something that as unions we can just simply accept. So we are putting all the pressure to bear on all of those who are responsible for the mess that they've created to force them to act in the interests of all of us.
The situation at SAA has become dire based on the fact that so many of those flights have been cancelled for the next 4 days, which leaves the crew on the ground and basically unemployed.
From South Africa,